Hi guys, this is the next video is about vehicles. I showed you in the last video about the King of the Hill and raiding stuff. Now I will show you the stuff about vehicles. Um, we going to teleport something where there is not that much stuff around. So now, if we go to the mod script blocks and we scroll a bit up, is here you can see it already. Car script, skipping zone check, engine off. And here you will see that car script zone state has now zone states if the car is inside PvP, PvE, raid or safe zone. And if in safe zone or raid, this will change when the car engine is on. So first time the server starts, it will check every car on the server and its zone, and it will set a state to it. If there is no zone, it will take your main config settings about how you want PvP. So where is it? Can I find it now? Here, enable PvP everywhere or PvE everywhere. It will fall back to the global settings. So this vehicle right here, the sedan, it has no zone, right? So it will be, the server will check the global settings, or the mod will check the global settings. It is PvE, then this car gets set to PvE state true. So let me show you this in action. If we spawn now in hatchback, for example, hatchback, so it skips the zone checks currently because the engine was not turned on. So you can damage that car right now. It should be like that. Spawner system, hatchback. Oh, yeah. Oh no, sorry, my mistake. It did. Sorry. It did here. Here it did. So it did already set the state to PvE for this vehicle right here. If you go main config, I don't know, vehicles, we do not allow damage to vehicles in PvE state. So if I spawn now, let me spawn an AKM, and then we're gonna shoot it. Here we see it's blocked in PvE zone, and now the car will no longer take damage, right? Because it spawned in a PvE zone. So if you buy it on the trader and it spawns in a safe zone, it shouldn't take any damage in the safe zone. And also for the PvE zones, of course. So you make sure you have the settings correct. In safe zones, the damage to vehicles is always blocked. That's why there is no setting here to enable or disable this stuff. And you can also disable the logging, of course. So you don't see all the messages right here, the car messages. Where is it? Here, all this. And the damage log is also blocked then, but yeah. So if we go now into the vehicle, oh no, wait, let me create a zone here. Zone, add zone, zone type is PvP. We change the 10 meters at our position, right? So now you see this car still has PvE state because the engine wasn't turned on or the server was not restarting. If the server is restarting now, and this is a PvP zone, the car will get set into PvP zone. So it can be damaged by then. If we open now the car and get in and turn on the engine. Oh, my mistake. After the amount of time you set in the config, it will check if this vehicle has changed in the state. So now it is PvE, and you can also set up this in main config vehicles, and here you can set vehicle zone check interval if engine is active, check every 5 seconds. It will only check vehicles that have an active engine. Every vehicle on the server that is inactive, so the engine is off, will not be checked and skipped in the zone checking logic. So this is kind of, yeah, server performance lightweighted, right? So it is not dropping your server performance at all if the cars are not active. It won't check the state. It will keep the last state that was used on the vehicle, like I explained before. So if you move now out of the zone, like so, you will then see it was before in PvP true. Now it's in PvP true still. We need to wait. Now it's false after the next check, and then it's PvE true. Okay, so this will be saved now, and the car script, when we turn off the vehicle now, the engine, you will see skipping zone check, engine off. So this vehicle itself, it's getting no longer checked for the state, but the vehicle itself will keep its state. So it is not for every vehicle scanning on the server. It is when the vehicle gets initialized, when it gets spawned, or when it gets moved, or when we turn on the engine. When we turn on the engine, then it gets checked again. If we turn off, it gets not checked, and so on. So if we shoot now, it's in PvE state. So let's move the zone, which was PvP, again to here. Save. Now this is a PvP zone, and normally we should be able to damage the vehicle, right? Because we allow damage-free PvP in for vehicle. But it won't, because this vehicle still has its own PvE state. So if we go in now, get in, start the engine, wait like 5 to 10 seconds, because now it's getting checked again. Boom, there it is. Now it has PvE true, as you can see here. Now if we turn it off or get out, doesn't matter. And we are still in PvP, and we shoot the car, it gets damaged now. Okay, so this is the new logic behind vehicle damaging and stuff, because before the old logic, which is now currently on the mod, it will check every time the position of the vehicle if it is in a zone. So it gets the zone, the vehicle position, compares it with the zones on the server, and this is very, very performance intense, because every time we shoot the vehicle and the car gets damaged, it will check the position. So if I shoot now like 100 times on this vehicle, on the old version, it checks 100 times the position and the zones, and that's what we don't want to do. So I found this new way to have a vehicle state like players have, and this won't check any zone state. It will only check if the state of the vehicle is PvP, PvE, raid, or safe zone. That's it. So it's just a true or false, right? And not zone checking and position checking. All right, that's basically it. Hope you like it. And this is also coming with the next update next week with the main mod, where the main mod is also getting update. The vehicle mod is also getting then the update. All right, see you later.